What's up everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Six Studios. And today we're going to be repainting the Spirit Halloween Beetlejuice statue, complete with light up function. Now the second I saw this guy, I knew that I wanted to repaint him, because honestly, this paint job is shit. Yeah, you could tell that they just kind of half-assed this paint job, especially with all the stripes on the suit. No effort was given whatsoever. So what we're going to be doing first with this guy is, obviously we gotta completely repaint him and give it a coat of gray primer. And the reason why I'm choosing gray is because you're going to need a black and white color, yes, but gray is more of a neutral color. We're going to need it for the Gravestone, and also it will, when we dry brush white onto the skin, it'll help kind of make those details pop out a little bit more. We're going to be covering up these two light bulbs because obviously we don't want to spray paint over them. So we're just going to take a little bit of painter's tape and just cover that up. Honestly, I'm really glad that I decided to repaint this figure because, as you can see now, this paint job just looks like shit. It's terrible. Like, everything about it, like the lines aren't filled in, nothing is really done properly. It's the equivalent of like a Halloween store thing where it's just meant for that, but that's exactly why we're doing this. So step one, we got to hit this baby with gray primer and then go from there. Really looking forward to this one. What do you think, Joe?
Sounds good to me, Joe!
Let's get to work. Okay, so now that Beetlejuice is done with gray primer, we're actually going to go in to the hands and then to the skin portions on the face. And looking at a lot of makeup tutorials actually on YouTube, a lot of people initially think he's almost like a clown white with really bright green hair, and it's actually not the case. His hair is a little on the blonde side, but like a moldy green, and his skin is actually pretty pale with purple under the eyes. Not so much black, but purple. Basically, it looks like really pale, dead flesh, because technically he's been alive for centuries. So whatever he looked like, everything's just pale. He's just been a corpse for that long. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to focus on the hands and the face and partial neck area, mainly the skin areas. Now, I tested it out on a second statue, and first what I did was I went in with a wicker white paint and I gave it one light coat. You can't really see too well from the camera, but after one light coat I dry brushed a cool bisque Mille Rose. I don't know what the hell to call it, whatever this is. I dry brushed that on, and it seems to have brought it to a level that is perfectly acceptable for Beetlejuice. So testing it out on this just a little bit more, but that's what we're going to focus on with this bad boy here. Okay, so now that we did a coat of wicker white on the hands, we're going to have to go into the face and the neck portions and do the same thing. However, we're going to have to go and do the eyeballs first. And what we're going to do with that is we're going to use a pearl white, because if you look very closely at eyeballs, they're not exactly 100% white. They're kind of like an off-white, and the pearl gives us that effect. We're going to go in, do that, and then we're going to actually take a deep blue paint, because Michael Keaton actually has very deep blue eyes. It almost kind of registers as gray in the lighting in the film, but we're going to stick with blue, and we're going to try our best. Okay, so now that Mr. Juice here has a lovely head of white hair, what we're going to do is go into all the molded areas on his face and head, actually with a black acrylic, because the black will get into the crevices there, and then after that, we're going to go in with a sort of mossy green, give it a little bit more depth, right? We're going to do that, and then we're going to focus on the hair itself, which we're going to hit with a yellow acrylic, and then a green, and then a dry brush white. Alright, so now we're going to go in with some fern green acrylic paint, which is the same fern green acrylic that I used for the Freddy Krueger build. The same fern green acrylic. Fern green acrylic. Okay, so next up for the hair is a pale yellow. Okay, so I ran a test on this one, and I don't like it. I tried dry brushing green over it, and then I tried dry brushing white on top of that, and I just feel like it's nowhere near accurate, nor how I want it to be. So what I'm going to do with this and with that one there, basically going to start from scratch, going to repaint this all white, and then what I'm going to do is take the same green that I used for the moss on his face, the fern green patio paint, and I'm going to mix that with a little white just to kind of make it a little bit more paler, and then I'm just going to go back in over the white and try to dry brush that in again. I think the problem was the yellow, but then after that I'm going to dry brush the yellow onto it, and then maybe the white after that, and I don't know, it's going to be quite a touch and go process, so time to fix that. Okay, there we go. My bad. Back to business. Okay, so this is way better than it was. What I first did was I started off with the base of white, then I went in with the fern green, and then I dry brushed a pale yellow on. And then after that, I dry brushed white on the tips of it, and then I went in along the hairline with whitewash, and then I went in again with a dry brush of the fern green along the hairline, along the edges, and yeah, we're looking good. Okay, so now that the head is completely finished, before we go on to the suit itself, we're going to move on to the gravestone. Now we're going to utilize the gray that's already there, and what we're going to do is go in with some black shoe polish and just dab away, and then make it look kind of deep and layered in certain spots, especially down there at the base, as you could see. But before that, we're going to go into the Here Lies Beetlejuice and the arrow with a metallic red paint. We're going to go in, and then we're going to take a paper towel and just wipe away in case there's any excess on top, because we just want the lettering to show. Okay, so now that the grave is all done and detailed, and the rocks even have been dry brushed with gray and detailed, it's now time to move on to the fun part, which is the boots and his suit. Now, I've thought about this a couple of different ways, and what I think I'm going to do is paint the entire thing black, including the boots, because the boots are going to be black anyway, and then after that, that's when we're going to go in with the white. You know, it's a black and white color scheme. And I think it's going to be easier to cover up white with black if there's a little bit of a spillover than black with white. And if it doesn't work, hey, trial and error. Let's get to work. Okay, he looks good in black suit, but unfortunately we can't leave it that way. So next up is the part we've all been waiting for, doing the white and completing his suit, the classic black and white suit of Beetlejuice. Basically, self-explanatory, just every other one, go black, white, and lather, rinse, repeat through the whole thing. And then when it's done, we're going to detail the boots with a little bit of gray, just to scuff it up a little bit, and then after that, we're going to do this, just a basic green, and then after that, we're done.
Help them. The studio needs your help. What was it? Beetlejuice? Beetlejuice? Beetlejuice! Oh crap.
It's showtime!
Cut and print, that's a wrap on the Beetlejuice statue repaint. What do you think? You like it? Anything's better than the monstrosity of a paint job that it was, and I am particularly proud of how the facial features turned out. Also, making her grand debut in this review video as Lydia from Beetlejuice, the Six Studios official makeup artist, actress, and cosplayer, my teammate and sister, Danny.
Hi.
Danny's done a lot of cool cosplays and a lot of cool makeup looks over the years. What are some of the characters that you've done?
Ariel, Coraline, Rapunzel, Scarlet Witch, Evie Carnahan / O'Connell, and I got a bunch more coming. A lot of gingers in the future.
So thank you very much for watching. You can find my Facebook page over here, my Instagram page over here. And where can they find you?
They can find me right here and right here.
Hey. And as always, stay weird, stay tuned.
But wait, you forgot the most important part.
What?
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice!
It's because I influenced that mother. Telling you.